Hello again, Victor here from ResQ Studio. In today's video we'll be taking a look at this Gibson Les Paul Standard from 2019 in Blueberry Burst. Let's give it a go. Welcome back, guys. As I said in the beginning of this video, today we'll be talking about the Gibson Les Paul Standard from 2019 in Blueberry Burst. This one is a rather special one to me because my sister also bought this one for me. But before we get into some tones, let's talk about some specs. The bodywood is mahogany with a AAA flamed maple cap on it. The neck is made of maple with a rosewood fingerboard with 22 medium jumbo cryo-treated frets. What does that mean? I have no idea. Look it up. It comes with two Burstbucker Pros, a three-way toggle switch, and a volume, tone with push-pull on each one of them. More on that later. It also comes with Grover locking style tuners. If you look in that cam over there, don't know if you can see that, but it comes with that. Inside the control cavity there's also 5 dip switches. More on that later. Let's just get straight into some clean tones. I am running the guitar into my pedal board in front of me, into the Laney Cubhead, and in between that and the cap I do have the Captor X, which is going to be the guitar you're hearing. Let's get some clean tones from the bridge pickup. That's the clean on the bridge. Let's quickly jump to the middle position, which is the bridge and the neck together. And this is what that sounds like. And that would be the middle position. Let's go to the neck pickup, and this is what that sounds like clean. Alright, so before we get into some dirty tones, I think it's time to explain what all this push-pull thing and the dip switches does. First of all, you have volume, volume, and you have tone, tone. If you pull out the volume for the corresponding pickup, you coil split that, or you coil tap it. That's what the dip switches are for. In the back, in the control cavity, I'll show you in a second, you can actually switch between coil tapping and coil splitting. And with the two tone knobs, you can actually choose between which coil on the corresponding pickup you want to use, the inner one or the outer one. Let me just open the guitar real quick and show you what that control panel looks like. Alright, let me just get my phone out so you can see what I'm seeing here, so I don't have to go over to that camera over there. Let me get that on video. Here we go. Let me just get a snap so I can sync that audio. And you should be live and well. Alright, so as you can see here, I was so smart to put the sticker on here so I can see what the different dip switches does. You can pause it here to see what it does. But down here you have small dip switches. I have it set so on my neck and bridge pickup, it's set on tap and not split. Then I have a high pass filter in circuit. That means when you roll down the volume, you don't lose any of that high end that you usually do on guitars. And then there's something called transient suppression, which I have off, which supposedly is gonna kill your pick attack, or pick transients rather. So let's just find out what it sounds like when I pull some of those pots. Let me just screw that back on. Alright, so let's get some tones out of that neck pickup once again. This is what it sounds like not coil tapped. And this is what it sounds like coil tapped. A little drop in volume, but I think that's okay. It's lower output as a single coil should be. What this push-pull technology enables you to do is that when you go to the middle position and you also coil tap the bridge, you get sort of a kind of strat in between sound. Let's get some clone overdrive on that. And this is what that sounds like not coil tapped. You of course get all of that chonky Les Paul kind of sound when you go to the full humbucker settings, but I think these pickups do a really well job to sound like single coils. And then of course you have your bridge for those twangy telly tones. And then back to humbucker mode. I already have a pretty good Stratocaster, so I'm gonna be honest with you, I will always choose that for the single coil sounds, but if you need some good humbucker tones, this is definitely a guitar worth checking out if you have the money for a Les Paul Standard. There's just something reassuring with the classic Les Paul humbuckers. As I said, you can choose between the inner coil or the outer coil. I'm pretty sure when the tone knob is down, then it's the inner coils. So if I pull out the tone knob, I should have the outer coils of the neck pickup right now. It does sound like that. It gets a little fuller, actually also a little bit more output maybe. And I'm gonna be completely honest, I haven't used the other tone knob at all, but I think that's some out of phase kind of thing. So let's go to the middle position and check that out. Oh, that's a funny sound. Very nasally. Maybe you're a fan of that. I'm not. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not. I'm a big fan, however, of the humbuckers. So let's get some OCD overdrive on that, and let's go to the bridge pickup in humbucker mode, and this is what that sounds like. And with that coil tap, it sounds something like this. You get a little more single coil-esque hum, but that's to be expected, but it sounds like this. Still sounds pretty good, but I don't like that hum, so back to humbucker. This is what the middle position sounds like with overdrive on. And the neck pickup in humbucker mode. To me, that just sounds like a really good Les Paul. I know there's a lot of haters on all the dip switches, but to them I just say leave them alone. You don't have to use them. You don't have to use the pull push system. If you don't like it, just don't touch it. If you just don't use that system, well, then you're just left with a Les Paul. And it sounds like a Les Paul, plays like a Les Paul, looks like a Les Paul. It probably is a Les Paul. Don't complain about the dip switches. You don't have to use them. Something I forgot to mention in this video is that I did a little modification on this guitar. These knobs are not the original ones. These are just some cheap Harley Bentons, but they look amazing, and to be honest, I think they're a much better choice than what they come with. I have a picture in the hot case, and I'll take a picture, I'll show that to you guys, and you tell me which knobs are better. I think that's the end of this video. It's a strange one, because, you know, it's Gibson. It's Gibson. Either you like them or you don't. And on that note, I am gonna end this video. Thank you guys so much for watching and sticking with me to the end, and until next time, have a good one.